Hey, yo, what's up? It's your man, Lloyd Banks. You're now tuned in, locked in to HipHopWired.com. Yeah.
HipHopWired, chilling with the legendary Lloyd Banks, the G Unit, one of the G Unit generals. Yeah. What's happening with you, fam?
I'm good, man. What's up, brother?
I'm good. All right. Now, y'all know you got the new album, Banks, about to drop. This is the third album, man?
Yeah, this my third studio album. The title was Hunger for More, Part 2. We slated for November 22nd, same day as Nicki Minaj and Kanye West. So I look forward to it, man. It's going to be an exciting day for hip-hop.
Okay. You competing against two fellow heavyweights, man. Yeah. Like what G Unit has been known for sparring. Yeah, so what you think about that, man?
You know what? I'm happy for Nicki, man, to be honest with you, because I seen her come. For one, she's from my neighborhood, you know. For two, I seen her come up from like the DVD, you know, era. Not to say go outside of it, but she completely like created a whole nother Nicki, you know what I mean? So it still has that mixtape feel about her, you know. So she's dope. You know, I wish her the best. And Kanye, man, he reached out for me, you know, at a time where he didn't have to, and we put together a monster on the Started Up record, which is me, him, Fabulous, Ryan Leslie, and Swiss Beats. So, I mean, I'm gonna pick up all three of the records, you know, to be honest. But even if I wasn't a rapper, I would still pick up Kanye and Nicki for the simple fact that Kanye has a good ear and he puts out great bodies of work. Like, you could listen to the whole album, you know. And Nicki, I'm just off of the excitement alone. I want to hear what she can bring.
Okay. With the success of Beamer, Benz, or Bentley, in my personal opinion, from a business standpoint, you took it back to your foundation, which was the mixtape. This wasn't a song that just happened. The label pushed them, promoted. What made you decide in this economy, the way it's down, to go back to the grassroots and basically go back to the streets and to your core audience first and foremost?
Well, a lot of people don't know, but I was operating as an independent artist, you know, for the last 2.5 years. Following my second studio album, I was in the zone. I put out 5 mixtapes within a year, from September to September. And the last one was V5. It came out on, I think, when the ball dropped. So right after that, led into the new year, I dropped Beamer Benz that February. But the reason I went to the 5 mixtapes was because I'm somebody who's had commercial success, and I didn't want people to think that I didn't have a bulk behind it, or the new fans to think that this is my first record. So I wanted to keep eating up on the internet, because that internet is the new TV now. And you know, with that being said, the momentum of that carried over to Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, which made it. And I was independent, so I was able to ink the situation. It started with Rick Ross, because with him and 50 was going back and forth, I had to offer a down response to him because he said my name. And then iTunes approached me, and then we made that deal happen. So we knew we was already in cahoots. So when the Beamer Benz dropped, I had it on sale for iTunes the same night I premiered it, you know, which helped the launch. And you know, now we 600,000 sold independent before the album, you know. So hopefully we can push with the album and get it to a platinum selling record. And you know, my position being independent, you know, my split is amazing. I want to thank, you know, first off, everybody who supported that movement and purchased that, you know, because it definitely affects me, you know. Yeah, man, and then they opened up the door for the deal, you know, because realistically, we didn't have a deal on the table at that point. So the success of that record turned into Def Jam calling, Interscope calling back, same label that released me, EMI. Ultimately, EMI was the best situation for me. I still have an independent structured deal.
Okay. 50 has signed a lot of artists over the last 5 years or so, but it seems like, to me, the CEOs that are actual artists, the people who they actually respond to the best, like we take it like Jay-Z and Kanye West, are the ones who take their careers in their own hands and don't really sit back and wait. What was 50's response when he seen you wasn't waiting on him, because, you know, his album was coming out, you went ahead and did your own thing as far as pushing that music yourself and creating the own buzz? Not to say he didn't help,
for sure,
but you didn't wait on it.
Yeah, I think, well, he was always pushing that, you know what I mean? He always wanted me to go out. He always told me that, you know, and we homeboys, so the message is a little more blunt, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, yeah, I had to get out there and do it. I never forget. We was in I think Africa. I think we was in Africa, and we was getting in a car, and I told him I was rapping the lyrics to another record called On a Double, which is on the new album, and he was like, "Nigga, you ain't hot." And I said, "All right, watch. Give me 2.5 weeks. I'm gonna have a record on rotation on radio." And he was like, "Nah, I know what you can do." I was like, "Nah, you don't know what I'm gonna do this time." At that time, I had already had Beamer, Benz, and Bentley recorded. I just didn't want 50 to hear it until I got it mixed.
Okay.
You know, so the record was mixed and mastered out of pocket. You know, I didn't want him to hear it until it was mixed down, ready. And you know, long story short, you know, here we are. And he told me that one day again on the plane, like, "Yeah, I remember you told me this shit was gonna pop, nigga." You know, so it was you know, he's happy, man, and a lot of people don't realize, you know, 50 pushes the button, you know, so all these things that's happening, you know, he's 100% with it, whether it's features or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? 50 ain't on that shit. You know, he's just one of the most competitive artists we're gonna ever see. And you know, so a lot of the beefs that they talk about were sparked by other artists, you know what I'm saying? So the same thing with me, like, if I feel like, you know, it's worth it or whatever, and you say something about me, I'm gonna have a response. It's hip hop. You know, when football players line up on the field, we know they hit each other when they say hike, but we don't know what they say before they say hike. He could say, "Nigga, your mother's in the locker room." He could say, "Your father's a bitch ass nigga." You don't know what he's saying to spark the collision. Is what I'm saying. So I think they watch us too close. They watch a real vocal sport.
And what's ironic about y'all is a lot of people take it more seriously than you are. You all look at it as a competition and kind of really laugh at the whole thing and use it for motivation. But a lot of times it's not even like it's going to jump off. Not to say that it can't, but some people take it a little bit more seriously.
It can definitely, certain situations. I think that maturity plays a big part. You know, it's like when I came in the industry, I'm 19, 20 years old. So my entourage is 18, 19, some 17, you know what I mean? And it's just young and dumb at that point. So it's a lot more misunderstandings. It ain't too much room for talk it out or maybe I'm wrong or none of that. You know what I mean? I think as you get older, you start realizing, you start being able to differentiate what's the rap shit, you know what I mean, aside from, you know, a passionate problem with somebody. And I think in order to have that kind of a problem with somebody, you have to have history. You have to know this man or something like that. So I think a lot of rappers wake up with the syndrome and feel like they're number one. So when they write their music, you know, subconsciously they just write towards whoever's number one. So it gets subliminal. But you know, last thing you want is to be 30 years old or 40 years old at the red carpet next to somebody who you rapped about, and you know what I mean? And now you're older and feel stupid about it because you're sitting in the room with some. You didn't have to say that about it. Part of the reason why I apologized to Ashanti, it's like at that time it was all war and everybody, you know what I mean? But now that I'm older, you know, I understand that it could have affected somebody else, family or whatever. So so I apologize. Not too many people would get one though.
Okay, that's what's up.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your man, Lloyd Banks. You're now tuned in, locked in to HipHopWired.com. Yeah.